So let's continue with our top level analysis of sales from the sales heads perspective. I'm going to increase the size of the graph so that it becomes more evident and clear for us to analyze. And having seen the quarter level performance and quarterly trends, let's see how it looks if we consider it at monthly level. So I'm going to take the quarter field inside the filters and bring down the month field and see how this reflects. Once again, this seems to be a pretty neat performance in terms of average being anywhere between 1 to 1.5 if we exclude the two peaks, which is in month 3 and month 10. Otherwise, the performance is pretty stable as a company, and we can always figure out why these peaks were and whether we can have more of these during the year. So we know that there are two locations involved in this particular sales report. So it would be worthwhile to look at the individual location sales performance with respect to similar charts. This particular chart is derived out of pivot table, so it also has these filters available, which is similar to operating on pivot table. So what we are going to do is filter this by location. So first location is Delhi, so let's consider Delhi. So here you see a clear indicator that there are two areas of concern. Number one is there is a huge peak over here in month 3, and if you ignore this peak, then there is an increasing trend of sales up to month 9, and there was a sudden decrease of sales in month 10. So two areas of concern where we need to drill down and look deeper to figure out where the problem was. Month 3 was not a concern, but it is a potential area of risk because this particular number is going to skew the entire number of the location. And second area of concern clearly is month 10. We need to figure out what happened here and see how to rectify that in next year. To analyze this further, we are going to bring in sales executives into this chart. Let's put month in columns area and let's find where are the sales executives here. So let's put them in rows, and this is a bit difficult to analyze. So what we are going to do is we are going to do this in parts. So the top sales executive in Delhi is Maria, and she is by far ahead of rest of the team. So out of total of 4.6 million, 2.6 million is done by Maria. So let's first analyze her numbers. To do that, what we will do is we are going to filter this report and use it only for Maria. So I have deselected everyone and selecting Maria. Click OK. Now you can see Maria's sales report, which is more or less similar to the overall locations report. And here you see the huge peak. So clearly we have to analyze what happened here and see if we can have more of these peaks. And there is something which we need to see is there was no sales in month 1 and month 9 and 10. So despite having zero sales in 3 months out of 12, Maria happens to be the top salesperson in Delhi. So various points to note for Maria: a huge peak in month 3, decreasing trend after month 8, and zero sales in month 1, 10 and 11. Let's continue with the rest of the team. So I'm going to have everyone in now by selecting all in sales executives and see who are the next people we are going to consider. So let's consider the next 3, which are Jacob, Steffi and Betty. So let's filter this particular report for them: Betty, Jacob and Steffi. So here we go. Jacob seems to have two areas of concern: month 2 and 6, and there is a peak which is more or less 4 times his average. His average lies somewhere in 50,000 range, and this one is 200,000. So all this individual sales executive analysis needs to go in line with what we did in the earlier sessions in terms of analysis from sales executives point of view. Go deeper in terms of customer wise, brand wise analysis and figure out what was good and what can be rectified. Similarly for Steffi, the last quarter was disastrous, otherwise she is bit okay. Betty too, the last quarter was disastrous, and if I remember right, even Maria had a very bad last quarter. So that is another point to note, that top 3 salespeople had disastrous quarter 4. So what happened in the region during quarter 4, which we need to look at. Similarly, we need to analyze the other location for which we will take out sales executives and put month in the rows column, and we are going to remove the filters from sales executive field and change the location from Delhi to Mumbai. And now we can see that for Mumbai it is more or less a stable sales except for one peak. So similarly for Mumbai you can drill down into individual sales executives levels. So this is how one can do location wise sales analysis from sales manager's perspective. And of course, once again to repeat, this needs to be analyzed in conjunction with other qualitative aspects and not just purely based on numbers. And such qualitative analysis will be covered in detail in my upcoming course of sales management skills.